Hello everyone, my name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and a channeler. Today I'd like to come on and talk to you about the Course in Miracles idea of a special problem. And then I'd like to relate a story of something that I recently experienced about a reset of the ley lines. So here we go. First of all, so I want to talk about the special problem that is in the Course in Miracles. So the concept is that there's only one problem, and there always is only one problem, but it always looks like there's many, many different problems. And so here I'm going to read a little segment that I didn't take, but a little segment from the Course in Miracles. And this is from chapter 26. It's the transition. In the dynamics of attack is a sacrifice a key idea. It is the pivot upon which all compromise, all desperate attempts to strike a bargain, and all conflicts achieve a seeming balance. It is the symbol of the central theme that somebody must lose. The body is in itself a sacrifice, a giving up of power in the name of saving just a little for yourself. The world you see is based on sacrifice of oneness. What is the Holy Spirit's special function but to release the Holy Son of God from the imprisonment he made to keep himself from justice? And then, so I'm moving to another chapter, chapter 2. It is not difficult to understand the reasons why you do not ask the Holy Spirit to solve all problems for you. Every problem is the same to him, because each one is solved in just the same respect and through the same approach. A problem can appear in many forms, and it will do so while the problem lasts. It serves no purpose to attempt to solve it in its special form. It will recur, and then reoccur again, and yet again, until it has been answered for all time and will not rise again in any form. The Holy Spirit offers you release from every problem that you think you have. They are the same to him, because each one, regardless of the form it seems to take, is a demand that someone suffer loss and make a sacrifice that you might gain. And when the situation is worked out, so no one loses, is the problem gone, because it was an error in perception that now has been corrected. Okay, so my understanding of it is that problems come in many forms, and that is what is called the special form. But underlying all problems, there is the demand that someone must lose for another to gain. And then offering these problems to the Holy Spirit, he will solve it in a way that everyone gains. And I like the concept that, this special form, the Course in Miracles has a wonderful way of turning things on its head. And this idea of the special form, that you seem to have all of these different problems, and some of them seem more difficult than the others, but it's all the same thing. Underlying the problems is the same idea, that you think someone must suffer for you to gain. And that is, right, the ego's idea. But the truth of everything is that no one, in order to solve something, everyone must gain. And I love that idea. And this is similar, so this is the special form. There's another idea called the special relationship. And that is, so we tend to look for our relationships, like our love relationships, and we tend to look for our happiness within them. And we tend to almost worship them as, this is what's going to save me, this is what's going to help me. But in the end, we are what saves us, and we are what helps us. We are, like, realizing that we are part one with God is the most important thing. That these relationships, while they're wonderful, that is not the end goal. The end goal is realizing that we're one. We're all one. We're one with God, and so picking out this one special relationship. This relationship's going to save me. It's going to help me, and we end up finding ourselves feeling unhappy. Because, the relationship is the relationship, and our happiness is our happiness. It's, in a sense, it's a separate idea, and that connection with God is the way to find it. So we connect, and then we get into these connections and relationships, understanding that, and that I believe is the way to go. So this is just theory right now that I'm talking about. And then another idea is the last judgment. So the Last Judgment in the Course in Miracles way is the end of judgment. That's when you stop judging and start loving. It's the end of perception. It's when you see the world as forgiven. I love that, right? What a wonderful way of looking at the Last Judgment. And then the other word too, the second coming. Second coming, we're taught that is the second coming, that is when Jesus will come back and save the world. But the Course in Miracles concept is that is when we realize that we are the Christ, that we are Christed beings, that we are the Buddha mind, that we're all connected, that we're all one. And that's the second coming. I love that idea. So that's my spiel about the Course in Miracles. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was I wanted to share an experience that I had on Sunday, I think it was. No, sorry, on Saturday, a few days ago. I had a concert, and before I got to the concert pretty early, and so I had a whole bunch of time, and I didn't want to sit in that tiny room waiting because I would just get nervous. So I decided to take a walk around the town. And I walked around the town, and I was walking, and I stumbled upon a shrine, which is not uncommon here in Japan. There are more shrines here than anywhere in the world. So I stumbled upon this shrine, and recently when I stumble upon shrines, I like to go in and just see what I can see in the shrine. And so I went into usually in a shrine there's many different, there's like a main shrine and then smaller shrines. It's very interesting. There's many different, you might say, sects, SETS, of different religions. Usually in one shrine. Sometimes there's even Buddhist temples in the shrine mixed in, and it's a smorgasbord. But anyway, so I went into the first shrine, and I kind of closed my eyes and I got into meditation to see what I could see, and what I saw was white noise. So before cable TV, before digital TV, in the middle of the night, or maybe around 1 o'clock in the morning, the TV would go to white noise static. It would just be white noise, just white kind of shh, and then the sound is like a white noise sound, the shh, and that's all I saw. So I was looking at the shrine, and that's all I could get. I thought that's interesting, so I went to the next shrine, and same thing. And then I went to the big shrine. Same thing, white noise. Now that's interesting. And then I was walking around the town a little bit more, and then I found this smaller street side shrine. There's a lot of those right on the side of the street. There's these tiny little shrines, and I went up to this shrine, and same thing, white noise static. And so I asked my guides, I said, what's going on? And they said that this is They said, how can I explain this? So it's just like a networks, like for example, computer network, that sometimes they have to take it offline and then they have to fix it and then they put it online again. So what is happening is most of these shrines, well, pretty much all of these shrines, as same with churches and any kind of holy buildings all around the world, are built on ley lines. They're built on portals, and these portals, it's a network connection of light that stretches all throughout the universe, all throughout the earth. And so sometimes they need to take this system offline, this system of light offline, to fix it, and then they put it back online again. So I was just channeling Sanat Kumara, but my computer crashed in the middle of it, so I'll share what he expressed about this. He said that this happens he would not say the time, but he said like thousands and thousands of years, that these resetting of these ley lines is very, very rare. And so this is a really important time. Resetting of the ley lines is very rare. Another thing that he had said is that what they're doing, there are light workers. So there are light workers here on Earth, but there's light workers on other dimensions as well. And the technology of these networks is a technology of light. So the light workers, they're like light working engineers. They are taking this light offline, and then they're fixing it and then putting it back online. And they're not doing it at one time all around the world, just like with a network system. They'll just do it in just different parts. Like, we're going to work on this city, and then we're going to move to this city. That's what they're doing. And so I just had, stumbled at the right time onto this. And they said it's a very rare thing to stumble upon. And the reason that I stumbled upon it was so that I could share it, and to share it with you guys, to give you some hope that things are looking good. Things are going in the right direction. And they said what these are doing is that these portals, these ley lines, they can be charged negatively or positively or neutrally. And a lot of these ley lines, unfortunately, have been charged negatively. And I won't go into all of that, but I'm sure you can assume what has been going on to make that happen. But that is what they're doing, is they're taking them offline and they're putting them online again and shifting them to neutral. And when they're shifted to neutral, we will feel a lightness. The energy of our world will change. And I wish I had the exact channeling from Sanat Kumar, because he says it so much better, but I'm paraphrasing here. One of the things he said is that right now is a very special time for our ascension, because we are given the opportunity to see where we fit into this world. We are like puzzle pieces, and this world is like a giant puzzle. And up until now, the shapes have been unclear, but the shapes are being made much clearer now, so that we can see where we fit into these different things. And it's important now that these portals, these ley lines, be shifted to neutral, because we don't need to be dragged down by that energy as well. We need to be given a very, very clear choice of where we are going to go. What's our next step for the next thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years? This is a choice point, a very important choice point. And it's very important for us to be in a very clear place. And so we don't need this negative energy drawing us down, and we also need everything to be clear. We need to be seeing everything as it is, so we can stand where we need to stand. And I think that's one other thing he said was that we are being given a present. This present right now of this clarity that we're being given is a present. It's a very, very special present. And what he said, this is a very special time on the planet, one of the most special times in the universe at this moment, and that we are being given a very special present, that we are given this clarity. This does not happen very often on this planet. And he also said, but we are given this amazing present because we are the present as well. The earth is giving, it is an exchange of presence. We, as our light is what this earth needs at this moment, and we are giving that light, and in exchange we are getting this clarity and this ability to make these light year shifts in our I guess spiritual progress. And so I think that is my paraphrase. I'm sorry it's not perfect, but I will channel him again to see if he can add anything. Okay, so I'm going to channel Sanat Kumara to see if he can say this much better than I could have, and add anything that I missed. So here we go. Greetings, we are Sanat Kumara. We are that one that you know of, Sanat Kumara. And we are very, very pleased to be here with you at this moment, to be sharing this time with you, while we are always sharing the time with you, as we are facilitating this time for you. But it is very nice to be in this place where we're so close together that we can actually communicate directly. Now understand that you can communicate with us at any time. We are always there. We are always listening and just here, just leaving and giving you the space to have these experiences that you're having on this planet. And this being did a good job of explaining, yes, what we had explained to him. The only thing that we would like to add, is that you are built on so much love, that there is so much love that all of you have, and that love and light are one in the same, and that this love that you have is so amazingly powerful, more powerful than you can ever imagine. This love that you are imbued with, that you have worked with, that you have created with, can create universes, can create worlds. You have the ability to change the whole world in an instant. That is the power that you have. It is a very, very singular power that you have on this universe. And you realizing that you are one, enables you to access this energy, this power, this ability to create and to change. And that what we would say is that what is happening on your planet at the moment, these things that seem random and sometimes quite scary and quite frightening, are there, and you have chosen for them to be there in order for you to awaken to this consciousness, that you are one, that you are all one, and that you have the ability to change, and you have the ability to find peace and joy in your life wherever you are. You have that ability to find abundance, to be abundant, and to be joyful, and to be strong, and to be peaceful. You all have that amazing power, and that is yours, and no one, nothing, and no one can take this away from you. You are all powerful. And this is what we would say to you, that you are made of love, and we are very happy to be with you at this moment. Okay, so it's much shorter than his other, before my computer crashed. It was about like a 10-minute long channeling. One thing before I go, I wanted to share is that there's a Course in Miracles lesson, like, I am not a body. Hold on. Sorry, before I go, one thing I wanted to share was that there's a Course in Miracles lesson that says, I am not a body, for I'm still as God created me. And it's a very powerful lesson. So you can only be attacked. You can only be attacked if you associate yourself with your body. Your body, right? It's just a tool, and it exists in time, and it can wither and decay. It gets old. It gets sick. But that's the body. But the body is just a body. It's just a tool. So if you understand that you're not that you are as God created you, and that you are an everlasting spirit, that you can heal yourself, and you cannot be attacked, because you realize, like, you're not attacking me. My spirit is here. So, and I've been using this at times. So this, I'd recommend that if you do feel that you are being attacked in any way, in any form, that I would recommend using that, because it's very powerful. I am not a body, for I'm still as God created me. And I sometimes, for example, in the middle of the night, right, and like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you feel like, oh man, like, what's going on, this nightmare or whatever it is, you use this, and then you realize, like, oh, I'm not a body, I'm not this. You can't, whatever it is is trying to do, you can't affect me, because I'm a spirit. I'm an eternal spirit. This is yeah. So yeah, I wanted to share that. It's very simple and very powerful. So, all right, ciao.